Welcome to Moon Harbor Extended. Today's issue is Days Errant, Issue 5. Let's go to the mall. On the cover, the team stands in a massive pile of stuffed creatures holding armfuls of cookies. Around them, we see text boxes, pointing to different stuffed creatures, identifying them as things like flying dog, scaly dog, fire-breathing dog, etc. We turn the page, and our story begins.
So we open the page to a full page panel that shows the backs of all four of you as the team heads. It's like a Tuesday after school to the Eclipse Mall. Have you guys been back since your first fight?
Quick question. Where has Rainer been in the previous few issues?
Maybe Rainer's been working on a project.
That sounds good. I like that idea. Let's go with that.
I don't think Junta's been back to the mall.
I think that Cass has been back several times. I think Cass has gone back with the Coven a couple times. There's a really cool, what is essentially just an artsy hipster shop, but it is also they sell crystals and stuff. And probably 4% of what they sell is actually witchcraft related. And the rest of it's just this incense that I got from India that you should smell because it calms you down. I don't know. There's a lot of
It'll be called the Final Fantasy.
That's great. It's called the Final Fantasy. But we go there once in a while.
Cool. So in these panels, as we enter the mall, it is pretty crowded. It is a Tuesday afternoon. There's a bunch of teenagers. There's some young adult couples walking around. And there are also lots and lots of children. It looks like there's at least 2 birthday parties that are in the mall today. Where are you guys going first?
Hey, I really want some cake. Can we go get some cake? I want some cake.
I think in the background of that panel, we see the Cold War, and we see the employee just switching the flip sign from open to closed, looking right at the 4 of you.
Perfect. Cake sounds good.
So which birthday party are you crashing? I think we should crash the one with more cake.
I forgot for a second that we haven't played with Rainer before, and I was like, this is such a different version of Kai that I've ever heard before.
Oh yeah, can we get physical descriptions in this panel?
Yeah, go for it.
Because I'm
Sure.
honest, I don't remember what Rainer looks like at all.
So Rainer is the panel's basically a shot of Rainer, and it shows their name and their hero name. Their name is actually Rainer Aranda, and their hero name is Dr. Akka. Looking at the panel, they look very nondescript as far as facial features. They are very pale. They're rather short but very skinny, and in this particular panel they are wearing a t-shirt, and you can see that their arms are made of metal, so it's not like a human skin or a metal, it's almost like a flowing metal structure. But they are wearing, I don't want to bring real world, don't want to date this. Holy cow. They're wearing a Jetman shirt.
Oh, perfect.
That doesn't date this at all. And a pair of blue jeans.
Fantastic. Chunta in street clothes is just jeans and I think a black t-shirt that just in white letters says, "Now you see me, now you don't," which I think is just uncool, but Chunta thinks it's the coolest thing.
That is a really cool shirt.
Cass has taken to wearing, when they are in street clothes, the same combat boots they wear, the same green leggings they wear typically with their superhero costume, and then the same gray vest and black tank top with a black tie aesthetic that they go with. But they've opted, instead of wearing the top hat frequently or the cape frequently, they have swapped it out for a gray and green baseball cap for not the local baseball team, but a different baseball team in the area, semi-pro, not professional.
Eclipse Point.
The Eclipse Point Rocketeers.
I love that name.
And they have the rabbit ears tucked inside the hat, so no one sees them.
Are there any visible rabbit parts at the mall right now?
They have whiskers permanently.
Okay, cool.
And if you look really closely, you can see the bunny tail sticking out of their waistband, but they typically hide that underneath the vest, which is a couple sizes too big. So.
And I am curious, with solar flare in the mall surrounded by kids, how does that look?
Well, I think Solar Flare has been to the mall once since the incident, and it looks like, hey, aren't you the girl who melted all of the ice cream and then she turned around and left? So it's not, she doesn't completely know what to do with herself here. She's not going to pretend like she does either. Anytime anyone gets like too close to her, she moves to the other side of the 4-person group. She is not even subtle about it.
Oh, I love that. So where's your first stop at the mall?
Raina was eyeballing some cake.
I think as the two of you start going towards the cake, I'm like, why don't we buy some? I think that it's probably not the best idea for us to steal cake from literal children.
But okay. Well, can we find the cookie stand? Because I really want a cookie. I'll pay. Everyone gets free cookies.
I'm okay with that.
And in that panel, like Rainer is looking at Junta and Solar Flare with this biggest like shit-eating grin on their face, like, please.
I think we're off to get some cookies.
Cool. I think we get a panel of like the 4 of you guys heading off to go get cookies, and like along the side of the panels we see yet another group, like another birthday party coming through, and all of these kids just have their arms full of stuffed animals.
Is there a Build-A-Bear? Okay, so Rainer's gonna run up to one of the kids and be like, "Did you get these from Build-A-Bear? Where'd you get these at? I want one. Where'd you get them at?
Oh, we got them at Create a Creature.
Create a Creature. Okay. Hey, can we go get one of these too?
I think I'm gonna look at Solar Flare and be like, are they more hyper than usual, or is it just me?
I think this is about normal, actually. Seems about right.
Wow, it is louder than I remember them being, but that's all right. Sure, we can go to Create a Creature too. Just please no rabbits. I think that would be a little too weird for me.
No. Okay.
When the panel cuts back to show everyone, can Junta got distracted just like showing card tricks to random groups of children?
Oh, absolutely. You have quite the crowd. They're really excited about this. And as we get a panel of the 4 of you guys going off to go get your cookies, we see in the panel, the characters don't see it, but in the panel we see one of the kids has a stuffed lion and its head turns to watch you guys go by.
Thanks, I hate it.
I love it.
I want a bear. And this is all on the next panel as they're walking towards getting the cookies. Is you see Rainer be like, I want a bear and I want a frog. And I wonder if they've got frog cookies. Does Solar Flare have another name?
Nope.
Okay.
It's just Solar Flare.
Okay.
She's not even supposed to have that one. We
Gotcha.
Yeah.
learned that.
Gotcha. Solar, what kind of animal would you like?
I didn't, the least weird dog they have, I guess.
Ooh, bouncy dog. Everyone wants a bouncy dog? Not a rabbit, though. Not a rabbit.
Junta looks over at Solar Flare. It's like, do you all have dogs? Or like not like dogs, but do you have pets?
We don't, not really, not nearly as many dogs as you guys have.
So some dogs?
She still thinks that most 4-legged animals are dogs.
Phenomenal.
I
No.
mean, she's right. They're all weird dogs.
Except for rabbits. She knows what rabbits are. She knows that
Yeah,
there are
no, there's
rabbits
dogs.
and everything else is dogs.
There's dogs and there's rabbits and that's it.
Amazing.
That is amazing.
I think we see Cass as we're walking through the mall, like doing some pretty casual surveillance. I don't think it's like an assess the situation kind of thing, but I think Cass is keeping an eye out for like anything out of the ordinary. We've never been anywhere as a team where things didn't happen dramatically. So Cass is like, I'm just gonna keep an eye on this.
That sounds about right for anywhere in Moon Harbor.
Right?
Cass, quick question. I'm sorry. Are you wearing the hat?
I am not wearing the hat. I'm wearing a baseball hat.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure.
You have it, or is it in my bag?
I think it's wherever it needs to be when it first appears.
Nice.
Love that answer.
So Rainer wants to look at Cass and be like, hey, Cass, do you like carrot cookies?
As you say that, you guys have arrived at like the cookie booth, and yes, there are carrot cookies on the menu.
I roll my eyes at Rainer and I'm like, well, I mean, I don't have anything against carrot cookies, but I don't really like the cream cheese frosting you put on them. I prefer chocolate, but you know, if you want to keep stereotyping me, I can also go and hide in my burrow and live in some hay.
No! Rainer runs over to Cass and is like, no, don't go hiding. No, 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 no. I wonder if they've got sprinkle cookies with chocolate. Let's get some. Let's go.
I'm gonna reach past both of them. But I like the carrot cookies and grab one.
We need 2 chocolate chip sprinkle cookies with extra chocolate. Please.
Okay, kid, that'll be $10.47.
They are reaching through their pockets and they pull out a couple bills and just lay them on the counter. Give me as many as we can get. Everyone gets cookies. Not everyone, just everyone here.
Can we
My
get a
friend.
close of the bills and it's like a 50 and like a 20?
I love it.
The woman at the counter picks it up and looks at it and then looks up at you with this are you sure face?
And on the other side of the counter, Rainer's just nodding their head enthusiastically for the cookies.
Oh, so we get a smash cut panel where we see the 4 of you guys walking away with your arms full of cookies, and we can see in the background the like cookie booth, and it's just cleared out. You could see cookies on display before, but they're all gone, and you guys are carrying like you each have a bag full of cookies.
Love it.
Cass is gonna start like juggling like their bag of cookies, like pulling the cookies out and like levitating them in like a circle around their hands, kind of thing.
There's at least one child in the background of that panel that's got their mouth open, like, whoa!
I think I turn and see the kid staring, and like lift my hat, like in like a what would be like a tipping your baseball cap kind of look, but I lifted enough that one of my ears pops out, and I wink at the kid. Then I tuck my ear back in and keep walking.
And that kid absolutely has like that like screaming face from like Kevin in Home Alone where his mouth is just wide open. That's the face that they're making.
Perfect.
So we got the cookies. Let's go make some animals. No rabbits, though. That's rude. I wonder if they've got the little things where we can speak into them and like give each other encouragement. Yeah, that would be awesome. We could give each other encouragement through these things, and like so when we squeeze them, they'll give us encouragement from our friends. How's that sound, everyone?
Rainer is a dweeb.
During this, I like a very small like speech bubble where Chunta's speaking to themselves and just says, "Mine's gonna say abracadabra."
And Truth is a nerd. So we get a panel that's like the storefront of Create a Creature, and it's got like 2 entrances, and there's one on either side of like this really wide glass column in the center, which has a gigantic stuffed Baba Yaga, and it's like at least 7 feet tall. And then we get some panels of the 4 of you guys entering, and it's just chaos in there. Like there is a birthday group, and they're all over the store. They're in like various states of having made their creatures, but most of them have, and a few are still working on them. Yeah, the witch Baba Yaga. It's got like the legs with the chicken legs, and then the little house on top. And they're more literal on the creating a creature. There's like stuffed dragons, there's griffins, there's lions, there's a couple large snails, and I'm not sure how to pronounce that one name, but like the oxalotl, something like that.
Nice.
Oh, and since this is Moon Harbor, there's absolutely like a line of squires.
I want one of the squires. Can we have one?
And so, I was gonna say, like with the birthday party, the ones that have finished are just a lot chaotic. They're like all over the store messing up with stuff. There's only 2 adults that are there. One seems to be trying her best, trying to corral the kids that are acting out and isn't really having much luck. And then there's one other woman who's got I want to speak to your manager haircut, and she's like berating the like one store worker who's there. What do you guys do?
When we pass the wall with the squires on them, I think Cass kind of bristles, and like Cass is like covered in like a thin layer of fur. So you see like the fur kind of like stand up on the back of their neck, and they're like, I just really don't trust raccoons. One got into one of our burrows once and ate all of our food supplies during the middle of the winter, and it was a whole thing, and it was just a bit of a mess.
In the background of that panel, there's a kid walking by with a stuffed squire who's really excited about it.
I don't know if you can hold that against all raccoons, Cass.
I want to say in the back of the panel, you see Rainer confronting the lady with the "I need to talk with your manager" haircut. Like it's such a small thing, but you see them standing over there berating the Karen. Like, this person just works here. Leave them alone. Don't be so mean.
She's in the middle of like a tirade, like she's going on a full on rant. She's just like laying it on him, like there's not enough staff. He's not helping controlling the kids. He's not going fast enough, and like this poor worker is not having it. He's stressed.
Can I roll to charge my burn?
Yeah.
Cool. Wait, actually, I don't have worship. You have worship. Never mind. I was gonna be like, hey, everyone, listen to me, but I don't have that flair. So never mind. I don't need to charge my burn.
Can I roll to charge my burn?
No. Yes, you can.
No, I want to look at like our group. Big, there's a lot of people here. I don't know if we're gonna have time.
Cheetah, you go to Moon Harbor High, right?
I believe so. Yes.
What grade is he in? I know you said he's 17.
What grade are you normally in at 17? I don't know time. Not
You're
very
normally
good.
either a junior or a senior.
Junior or senior?
Yeah.
We'll go junior.
Cool. So you probably recognize the guy working the store. He graduated last year. I don't know if you would have known him personally. I don't know if Chunja is the type to be friends with somebody 2 years older who is fairly popular.
I think Chunta wants to be, but probably not.
Cool.
And I'm gonna look over at Cass. You have constructs, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna look over at Cass. Like, maybe we can create some help to help him out. And I like to close my eyes and charge my burn. Do I have any conditions? Oh my god. Yes, I do.
Yeah, both of you guys left with a bunch of conditions last time. Also, Solar Flare, you've been really quiet. What are you up to?
I think I'm like in the doorway, approximately ready to bolt at any given time because this place is in fact very quiet, crowded, and leaving was a great idea. And I'm just waiting for the say so.
And on a 7 to 9, you take a condition, right?
I hold 3 burn and I mark a condition.
How many are you at now?
That puts me to 4.
Oh, excellent. That's a great place to be at the start of a session.
We have people.
I don't think so. Time has passed. Like we have the regular one because it's the start of a session, but we don't have anything else.
Cool. I see them. I see Chunta charging burn, and I'm like, kind of come over and like I see a kid like about to like distract, like knock into him, and I'm like I think it telekinetically just like kind of like spin the kid around and send him the other direction, and I want to bump that 9 up to a 10.
I love you. Thank you.
I love you too.
And I think we get a panel of like Chunta opening their eyes and with like a diamond in one eye and a club in the other.
I love that. I'd like to jump back to Rainer, who was talking to I want to talk to your manager lady.
I am totally trying to stop her berating, but realizing that I'm getting nowhere with that, I have now found my way over to the dragons before they're stuffed, and now I'm standing beside Solar Flare being like, do you want one? It's so cute. Come on, let's make one together.
All right.
Yay! See, we can have one. We can have matching ones. And see, these don't breathe fire, but we can pretend, right?
Why does this dog have wings?
A few of them have like stuffed fire coming out of their mouth.
Why does this dog breathe fire?
Oh yeah, to Solar Flare, this whole store is filled with the weirdest looking dogs she's ever seen.
So, which one do you want? We got the fire-breathing one and the not fire-breathing one, and there's a purple one.
She's still in the process of examining one of the fire-breathing ones. Like, she is trying to figure, like, she thinks it's gonna explain itself to her. And she's like, this one, I guess.
It's not... These will be our bestest friends ever. We can sleep with them and cuddle them and fill them
I
full of
don't
stuffing.
sleep.
I don't either much, but we can still cuddle them, and we can read stories while we cuddle them.
In the background, we see the guy who's working the store kind of call out to you guys like, I'll help you when I can. Sorry about this. And as he says that, like the woman just like moves to face him, like, no, 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 I am not done.
Hey, lady, leave him alone. They're your kids. You deal with them.
She starts to turn on you, and in the panel we see behind her the guy working. I'm going to say his name so I can stop saying that. His name is Abubakar Jallo. He goes by Boo. And also, as a description, he's pretty like tall, muscular black guy in his like late teens, and he's got like pretty short cropped natural hair. So the woman rounds on you and says, "You do not talk to me about my parenting style. How dare you?" And I think we get like a panel of just like a huge long rant, just like at Rainer.
I think this woman tries to get up in Rainer's business, and Solar Flare, who is 6 feet tall and change and made of fire and has almost twice as many limbs as she does, steps in between them and just kind of goes, "Do you need something?"
So I think in the panel we get like the exact same panel where there's the wall of text between this woman and Rainer, and Solar Flare just goes on top of the text, like in front of it. The woman looks up at Solar Flare and then just turns around and goes right back to Boo and starts ranting at him like, nope.
This is the extent to which Solar Flare is willing to get involved.
Oh, thank you.
And as she goes back over and starts ranting at this poor guy, he's kind of like closed his eyes and is kind of like grimacing, like gritting his teeth. And in the like we get like a panel that's showing the kids at the birthday party, and a bunch of the animals in their hands have started moving towards this woman. What do you do?
I think Cass is like set for a fight, and Cass is like, "Hey, Chunta, do you want to maybe make these dolls not, or these creatures not be, you know, alive anymore?"
I think the panel with Chunta, I'm like doing that like riffle shuffle from one hand to the other with a deck of cards. And I glance down at the animals. I'm like, wait, are they supposed to do that? These have gotten a lot more advanced.
As you say that, we see on the panel like they all have like those like angry evil like eyebrows.
Cass is like, "I don't think so. I want to use just like, I think I've got the sorcery powers. We've seen a lot of like me manifesting diamonds and using flip over a card, like catch a card out of Chinta's hands and flip it over and see a club, and I'm like, that'll do." And then a club just forms in my hand, like a billy club just forms in my hand, and I wanted to start like knocking these stuffed animals away from this woman as they're going towards her.
Yeah, why don't you roll to directly engage a threat?
Great. Love this option for me, which is a. Okay, it's a +1. It's not too bad. Wait, but I have afraid and angry, and afraid is a -2. Love that. That's a 3. I'm going to mark the shit out of that potential.
Oh boy.
Oh, no.
So you do knock several of these out, and the kids had been chasing after their animals because like yeah, their creatures ran out of them. They want them back. And a few of them just start crying like you ruined their animal that they just put their heart and soul to in trying to make it. So now you have several kids throwing a meltdown.
I'm immediately like, no, 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 small children, stop crying. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine, small children. Just stop crying. Stop crying. And I think I like throw my hands out, and like as I do, like my ears pop up, and the hat just goes like flinging off. And I think I like unleash like just like a blast of energy out into the store.
Can you roll to unleash your powers?
Yeah, sure I can. Let's check conditions again.
And also, what are you trying to do with this wave of energy?
I think I'm just trying to make everyone be quiet.
Okay.
I'm not trying to hurt anyone. I'm just trying to like stop the sound in the room. That's an 11.
Nice. Yeah, so you do it. We see like, well, what does this energy wave look like?
We haven't seen me do this kind of energy thing yet. I think it actually like releases like as like a bunch of mini diamonds, and I think they just like the diamonds all kind of like land on people's mouths, and like they don't seal them shut, but they just like cover them up. So everyone's like, what is going on?
Yeah, so we see a panel where like almost everybody is looking at you except the one woman. Her name is Edith, who has it over her mouth, but is just like glaring at poor Boo.
I think I look around and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't supposed to. I wasn't supposed to. Just be quiet for a second, and then I like release all the diamonds so they're not currently covering anyone's mouth.
I am just staring at Cass with like a shocked, like, what the hell look.
Yeah, some of the kids start like putting their hands over their mouths, like what just happened, and a few of them do go back to crying, just a little bit more quietly.
What are the animals doing?
So the ones that did not get knocked down, they are walking towards the woman. And so there's like at least one dragon. And the like stuff part of the flames seems to be real. There is a lion that's got its mouth open and like there are teeth. So they all seem to be like armed, but very tiny.
Rainer wants to grab one of these creatures and they want to examine it to kind of get an idea of what this is actually going on, whether it's magic or actually like nanotech or anything like weird. They feel any weird things. I guess this would be a situation, wouldn't it?
Roll away.
Woo! You remember my stuff? Yeah. That's a 12.
Sweet. So on a 10 plus, ask 2.
Okay. I want to ask, what here can I use to neutralize this threat? And what here is in the greatest danger?
So what's in the greatest danger is Edith. For neutralizing the threat, it's all coming from the store worker Boo. So you're going to have to figure out what to do with him, whether that's attacking him, talking to him, whatever.
I think Rainer manages to like grab this thing to look at it, and Solarfell leans in. She's like, "So they're not supposed to do that."
No, they're not. Would the character Boo actually go by Boo, or they have a specific thing they go by?
He goes by Boo. You
Okay.
guys probably don't know his name, but Chunta probably does.
Would
Oh
he
wait,
have a name tag?
yeah, he has a name tag. He has a name tag. Yeah, it just says Boo, Bou.
Okay. Boo, calm down. Rainer's gonna run up to Boo. Calm down. These and they're gonna whisper, this is coming from you. Don't hurt the lady. She's just an idiot.
They look at you and are just like, look, I'm just trying to do my job. And he's just like, you could just see how frustrated he is, as any retail worker is going to look. And this woman just like looks at you like, oh my God. And as she does, we see one of the dragons has flown up behind her and just like lashes onto her head.
Boo, stop. Hurting these people will only get you arrested. Stop it. This will not help. I'm kind of taking a logical angle. It's like I comfort or support, but I'm actually pointing out their mistakes.
Do you have to roll for that?
It's just a comfort or support with superior over mundane.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Okay.
Does that have the same effect as comfort or support?
Yep.
Cool. So he looks at you, and we see the dragon like slowly fly back down out of the panel. Okay, fine. He like takes a deep breath. Could you help with this birthday party?
Gladly. Chunta, Cass, Solar, wanna help?
And we see some kids in the background that have picked out their animals and they haven't stuffed them yet.
I'm going to throw a couple decks of cards and use constructs to create like a vaguely humanoid card person to help as well.
Excellent.
So I'm going to spend 2 burns to animate it separate from myself.
Cool.
I think I'm gonna like move behind the counter and I'm gonna be like, all right, if you all stuff them, I'll ring them up. Let's do this assembly line style, shall we?
The other woman who was with the group goes up to you and is just like, oh, thank God, and starts like doing a head count of how many animals she's paying for.
Perfect. Can I roll to charge my burn?
Yep.
Cool. That is a 12.
Nice. No, don't have to mark any conditions. How many is Kaz at?
2.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm gonna save all 3 of these burn, but I'm gonna spend them over the course of the scene. Like as kids like start making their way out of the store, I'm just gonna use Snatch to like grab them and drop them back off by the chaperone. So I'm gonna spend all 3 of these burns at various points as children run away.
Okay. So as we see like some of the last of the kids going, Edith goes over to Boo and seems calmer and asks, do you have a I'm trying to think of what they would call it, do you have a customer complaint form at all that I can fill out? And Boo just walks over and like goes in behind the counter trying to find it.
I want to use constructs to essentially make like a tiny angry version of the I said I spent all my burn to save children from running away.
Yep.
So never mind. I think I'm just gonna like get up behind Boo as the woman comes over to the counter, and I'm like, I really think that you have done enough today. I don't think you need to fill out a form. I think it'd be best if you leave now.
I can't. I'm the only person here.
Oh no, I was saying that too.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I was saying that to Edith.
No, we did not have a satisfactory experience here, and I would like to make my complaint known to the manager.
Can I roll to provoke her, or is she
Yep.
not susceptible to my words?
You can roll. Is she susceptible to your words? I don't think so. I don't think that she's susceptible to you. You're just some random kid, and she is dead set on her mission.
I
Courtney, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, so Boo's going through the drawer trying to find the form, and I think as and if he finds it, Solar Flare comes over and she's like, oh, hold on, I think it's this one. Pulls it out of the counter just long enough to display it, and it burns right up in her hand. Oops, let me grab another. Repeats the process.
I love that.
Oh my god.
Hold on, there's another one in here. Picks it up, it burns up.
Boo just like silently slides one across the counter and just he looks so done, just so ready. Like, please fill this out and leave.
I'm trying to help you.
The only thing you see Rainer doing is in a background of the panel, she is doing the stuffing of the creatures for the kids, and they are so happy as the kids are ecstatic as the things are being stuffed.
So we get a panel where we see Edith just do a humph and starts filling out the form. And then I think we get a smash cut to the form filled out, and it is filled, like all of the boxes and whatever the lines, those are filled out. There's stuff on the margins, and she just like hands it out to Boo, like, here.
Edith hands the form over to Boo, and Solar Flare just kind of like looks at him and slowly holds her bottom left hand out.
Are you like trying to grab it?
Not like making an effort, but it's like she's not saying anything, but it's like, I'll take that. I can burn this one too. My hand is right here.
So we see Boo grabs it from her and moves it under the counter and then passes it over to you.
Just a tiny little whoosh noise from under the counter, and Solar Flare leaves, just kind of wiping the ash off her hands.
Excellent. So the woman just stomps out of the store, and Boo goes over to go and grab a broom and
Kitty, something as she's
dustpan.
leaving.
Yeah.
As she's leaving, I like rush over to her with a rabbit in my hands, and like, hey, you forgot one of the animals, and I hand Cass over.
Oh my fucking god.
As she like takes me and like glances at my face is gonna turn into like the humanoid version of my face, and I'm gonna be like, Boo. And then I'm gonna turn fully into a person and like drop out of her hands.
Oh, she screams and just runs out of there.
I'm gonna turn and look at Boo and be like, we gonna get banned from another store?
He's gone to go get like a broom and dustpan to clean up all of the ash from all the papers that Solar Flare burned. And he's just like, no, thank you for getting them out of here. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Like, if you guys want to make some creatures, feel free.
I think I look at Rainer and I'm like, all right, Dr. Aka, you said you wanted to make some creatures, so What are we making?
Well, we've got to make at this point, it goes into a large, like, speech bubble with squiggly lines as Rainer lists off all the creatures she wants, or they want.
As this happens, there's just like a bit where Solar Flare, I imagine, like walks in front of the text bubble over to Boo, and she's like, all right. And she holds up the dragon like skin that she has, I guess. And she's like, why does this dog breathe fire?
Moon Harbor Heroes is produced by Anthony Sheets, T.P. Huth, and Elliot Peterson, and edited by Anthony Sheets and Sean Geddes. Anthony can be found on Twitter at IcyNewYear or at icynewyear.com. T is a theater artist and educator in the DC area. She can be found at T Huth Playwright on Twitter or TPHuth94 on Instagram. Elliot can be found at Elliot Elen, ELLIOTYLEN on Twitter. Sean can be found at The Crumpit, THECRUMPIT on Twitter. This issue is GM'd by Elliot Peterson. Voila is played by Anthony Sheets. Velveteen is played by T. Huth. Dr. Akka is played by Kaido Kane. Kaido is a Twitch personality and loves their 3 mischievous cats. You can find them at The Versian on Twitter or as Kaido Kane on twitch.tv. Solar Flare is played by Courtney. You can find her at Andromedam, ANDROMEDAMN on Twitter. Our logo was designed by Beautiful Beasties. She can be found on Instagram at beastly.doodles or on Patreon at patreon.com/beautifulbeasties. The music in this issue is Call to Adventure by Kevin MacLeod. A link to his website and the license will be in the show notes. If you want to get a hold of us, email us at moonharborheroes@gmail.com or find us on Twitter at moonharborcast. If you enjoyed this issue, please leave us a review on your podcatcher of choice or tell a friend. 5-star reviews and word of mouth are really the best way for us to keep bringing these stories to more people. If you'd like to support us financially, check us out at patreon.com/moonharborheroes. Supporting us there will give you access to bonus issues each month. And thank you for helping us save the world. We'll see you next issue.